sawing down the middle through her cooch and shit. He saws her down the middle like a hot dog, and she, like, her guts are spilling out and shit, like her blood is coming out as well. It looks like fucking a grape, fucking cranberry juice or whatever. How's everyone doing? I am back with Certified Menace, and in this one, I'm be starting the Terrifier series. I finished the Halloween series, last video, and I was thinking, yeah, I should start the Terrifier series afterwards. You know, Art the Clown, a black and white mime, he likes to play Lego with his victims. Alright, let's get into this. So basically, the first scene basically shows TV that has, like, static, and then it switches to, like, a talk show host. I don't know, she's on, like, Jimmy Fallon or whatever the fuck, I don't know. She's talking to, like, this victim of Art the Clown, who you later come to find out, she was, like, the victim at the end of the film. And, yeah, she's basically just talking to her there. And then afterwards, when she's in her room, you know, getting ready, put on her makeup, becoming a little makeup merchant, you know, those people that come out of the stores and they look like a fucking tangerine or whatever the fuck. She's there talking to her husband, and she's there, like, dissing the woman's looks, the one who she interviewed. She's like, oh yeah, I thought I was gonna gag, and, you know, the way she's acting on, like, to be fair, there was flashbacks, like, showing where she's like, you know, she's, like, acting like a genuine zombie or some shit. She's acting like a fucking skeleton resurrected by the witch from Clash Royale. And then, she's basically there being like, yo, if you ever find me looking like that, I want you to put me on my misery. Like, I'm being serious. Like, put your fucking gun down my throat and then shoot and fill my body of lead, because I'd actually rather jump into a wood chipper than be looking like her. And then she's hearing noises in her room. You know, someone's in her fucking behind her clothes or some shit, sniffing her pants or whatever the fuck, being freaky. I don't know. And then she the victim, after the talk show host is done talking on the phone with her husband, the victim pops out of nowhere and then attacks her and, like, gouges her eyes out. And the talk show host is there, still barely alive. I don't know how. She literally, like, like, deleted her vision, bro. She like, took her eyes out and made some fucking fucking finger holes in her face, like Michael Myers did in Halloween Kills. And then she's there laughing like, that was some funny joke, yeah. She's like, my reaction to it. And then the next scene starts off with our two main clanker brain fucks. To be honest, all the characters in this were pretty ass. This was, like, Damien Leone's, like, first kind of proper feature-length film, I think. Like, it's probably second, but, like, it was one of his first when he was doing Art the Clown, so he's still figuring shit out. Basically, pretty much this film, Art the Clown carries it. He's probably, like, the best part about this film. But anyways, this scene shows our two main protagonists. They're walking down the sidewalk, drunk out of their minds. They've been sipping way too much vodka, bro. They've been, like, a couple of, pints deep, and then a clown walks on the opposite side from him, come around the corner in the alleyways, like, a fucking carrying a bin bag full of shit, like, literally like a homeless man dressed up as a circus. And, like, you think bro got fired from the circus, and he just really had so much passion for the clown outfit. He just, like, walks around in it. It's like a part of his identity. Anyways, them two main characters are by the fucking car, and one of them wants to drive. The blonde one, Dawn, and the black-haired one, Tara, but they're both drunk out of the fucking minds. Dawn's wasted as fuck, and she wants to drive, but Tara's like, nah, let me drive. And while they're bickering and kind of having a little argument, they know it's Art the Clown, and Art the Clown just sort of stops and stares at him like he's looking at some fucking circus performer or some shit out in the street, juggling bottles while smoking a joint. And they're just fine. And Tara's probably more aware and more smarter than Dawn is, because Tara's the first one to notice, and Tara's, like, the first one to be suspicious about her. Tara's to be suspicious about her, and then Dawn notices, and she's drunk out of her mind, so she does a bit of trolling. She calls over Art the Clown, be like, hey, handsome, hey, good looking, Mr. Big Lips, come here, my friend wants to fuck, yeah, you big enough? And then Tara's like, no, stop, Don. What are you doing? Basically, Tara decides, I'd be able to drive a lot better if I had some munch, I had some snack. So then there's a pizza place across the road. Them two walk into the pizza place and they sit down. They, like, order food, and Art the Clown walks in as well after them. He just, like, he's also starving. He's like, oh, we're walking the same way. Oh shit, what a coincidence. Art the Clown sits down and basically just stares at her like this. just starts doing like those facial expressions, or just starts trolling her really, just like, hey, I like you, it's nice to see you now. She just starts scaring the shit over. And then Dawn, what's it called? I don't know, the decisions in this are pretty fucking random. Dawn sees Art the Clown, and then she calls Art the Clown like he's Will Smith or something. She'd be like, hey, can I get a picture with you? I promise I won't, make a joke about your wife so you don't slap the shit out of me. So Dawn doesn't get an answer from Art. It goes over to Art the Clown, actually. She says this. Art the Clown doesn't answer. She just sort of like has her eyes fixated on Tara, like he's seen the most finest shite in town. And Art the Clown cannot have her eyes on her. He's like hypnotized by Tara's great looks or something. And then Dawn just kind of takes his silence as consent. Silence is not consent, buddy. And she basically sits on his lap and just snaps a quick selfie. Selfie for the guys on the gram. Post on my story. No one's give a fuck. She just walks back to Tara. And then after fucking Art the Clown has the most awkward staring contest ever. So her bro's not blinked once in the scene as well. He gets up to like one of those dispensing machines. It's like kind of like a gumball dispenser, but it has like those little capsules where you get like a toy or whatever the fuck. He robs a quarter from someone's table and he puts it in and he gets like a ring. He goes over to two women, Darren, fucking Dawn, track of Dawn, and he puts the finger on Tara's finger, and Tara's obviously confused, like, what the fuck, bro? Get the fuck away from me, alright? I'm not ready to get married. I'm not devoting my life to some dude that hurts himself for entertainment. Right? Fuck off. Then Art the Clown's like, hey, I'm a gentleman. See you later. I'm gonna bust one out in the bathroom real quick. He walks to the bathroom, and then a second later, he gets thrown out of the pizza place. And this scene is actually pretty funny. He's just outside the pizza place, like, what the hell, man? I only shot all over the walls, fuck! And then he comes back and throws his garbage, and then the owner comes back and throws his garbage back at the clown while he's just there laughing. You have to clean up all my curry dinner that I ate last night, bro. You have to clean all that shit up. He actually did shit all over the bathroom, as you'll see in a bit. Dawn and Tara, after having a bit of their munch, and they come outside and they find, oh, whoopsie daisies, my car tire has been slashed open. Wonder who did that. And then we cut back to the scene where the workers cleaning up Art the Clown's brilliant fucking art piece. This would make Vincent van Gogh shed a tear. Get a fucking tissue, like, so beautiful. It has such a deep meaning. He literally just smeared shit on the wall, spelling his name, Art. I guess it's a real piece of fucking art, yeah. And then the fucking dude's like, I better get overtime for cleaning something that comes out of my asshole when I need to take a number 2. And then he finds his worker, his boss, his head is like basically carved in jack-o'-lantern. Art the Clown, he's a fucking maniac, but he knows he's all about Halloween. So then Art the Clown also finds him, and then there's like a phone ringing, and basically the dude tries to go for the phone with Art the Clown, but he's like, no! And chops half his fucking hand off with a butcher's knife. Holy shit, he like, bro wanted to, get a piece of that hand, bro. And then, he basically just stabs the guy in the face and starts stabbing repeatedly, like a fucking, like his face is made from Play-Doh or whatever the fuck, and he basically just carves his face up. It's pretty fucking brutal. So then, basically, Tara rings her sister Vicky, come collect me, some fucking dude in a black and white circus outfit just poked my tires with a fork or something, and then she's like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever, I don't fucking like you, but I'm gonna collect you anyways because I kind of have to. So then Tara needs I need to empty my bladder, I need to go take a piss. This scene is pretty fucking dumb to me. For some reason she goes into like an abandoned building across from the pizza place, or pretty close to the pizza place, instead of just going to the pizza place to take a piss. I'm like, bro, what? You could just went and took a piss. So she goes to this dude that's outside the gaff. He's just smoking a joint after a hard day of like stomping on fucking cockroaches and flipping off bugs. He's like, hey, fuck you. And the guy's name is Mike. He's pest control. And she asks, can I go in and use the bathroom? So he leads her in, and he unlocks the bathroom for her. And then she finds the bathroom is fucking shit smeared. It's like as bad as the fucking pizza place. The pizza place is no better than a fucking abandoned building, pal. And Dawn is just chilling in the car, and she hears on the radio like some guy in a black and white clown outfit is playing with a bunch of people with knives and shit, like they're fucking Play-Doh. So then she's like, oh shit, oh no, oh, that's the guy I took the picture with. Oh fuck, now he's gonna carry me up. And then Art the Clown hops in the seat beside Dawn and kidnaps her. And then while Tara was wandering around, she kind of bumps into like a weird homeless looking lady. She just straight out of the fucking dumpster or some shit, and she has like this doll, and she like thinks it's a child. I'm like, she's definitely some shrooms down, bro. She thinks this is a real fucking thing, but you might as well be holding a mannequin. So then she thinks she's like been living there apparently. Seems like it. And she's like, oh yeah. Tara again makes an excuse to run away, and as Tara's running away, the homeless lady just said, "Punctuality is a thief of time." Whatever the fuck that means, right, Shakespeare? Jesus, you were Shakespeare's first wife or something. And then as she's trying to, leave the building or something, she finds Art the Clown at the fucking front of the building, standing posed up with a scalpel like this. And then she runs out, and then he runs after her, gives her like a little Fazbear Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare. She comes into like this room where there's like a bunch of cars parked by a garage or something, and she's hiding behind the garage. Art the Clown's looking for her, like sniffing around like a dog, like, I know you shit yourself, I will find you. And he finds her, and then he stabs her in the leg, and she gets on top of her, and he starts choking her at first, but then she tries to give her the fucking, talk show host treatment, and tries to gouge her eyes out, tries to do the same, but Tara gets him off of her, then she hides behind like a metal cabinet, I think it was, I don't know, I thought it was a metal box, and Art the Clown is literally like across from her, like literally like a Skyrim NPC. He has his back turned to her, and he's about to turn back, he's smiling, and says like, "I know you're there," and he knows it's like he knows she's behind him, but then she grabs some like fucking, I don't know, V-shaped metal thing and just throws it and distracts him the other way, literally like somehow like a horror game or something. And Art the Clown goes like, "Ooh, running at a dilly-dally, could be someone's underage niece over there, I could have some fun with her." So then Tara is looking for a way out of this building. She goes to the front of the entrance to the building. I don't think it's the same entrance she came in through, but anyway, she finds the entrance of a building, and it's all chained up and all. Every fucking door in this place is locked, by the way. And she runs upstairs and finds Mike doing his little, cleaning. He's cleaning the floors with the mop. He listens to some banger tunes, by the way. He could not be arsed. I hate helping fucking drunk women and shit. Why can't they just do it themselves too? He just puts in 2 earbuds, listen to some tunes. Tara starts calling out, be like, "Hey, Mike! Hey, Bob the dumb fuck! I need your help!" But he doesn't hear it because, it's blasting his eardrums. It's probably molesting the fuck out of his eardrums. Art the Clown comes up behind her and puts some, like, mystery fluid into her fucking neck with needle, literally date rape drugs. And then Tara wakes up, tied to a chair, and Art the Clown's there rummaging, be like, "Okay, let me find something for you. I'll find something for you to do." So he finds a little mini hatchet and, like, gives her a little fucking skin. He's a prankster. He's like a mic'd up YouTuber, bro. Fred would have none on this dude. And, he just scares her a bit. He grabs a hacksaw, like grabs her hair and puts the hacksaw to her neck, like, oh, she's gonna fucking stab her, like cut her head off. But he's just trolling. He's just playing around. And then she reveals his little masterpiece. It's like he has a car underneath the covers, but he reveals it and it's done naked, tied up with her tits out, just like those fun bags just hanging out. And then he just starts sawing down the middle and sawing down the middle through her coach and shit. Oh, this is probably the most brutal scene in this movie. When I first saw it, I was like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would. But it's probably pretty desensitized to gore by then. I literally watched it today. And he saws her down the middle like a hot dog. And she, like, her guts are spilling out and shit. Like, her blood is coming out as well. It looks like fucking a grape, fucking cranberry juice or whatever. And Don gets enough from the adrenaline, probably gets enough strength and power to rip the armchair off, clock fucking Art the Clown in the back, in the fucking head, and he floors her, and then he stabs her in the back. And she stabs him in the back, sorry. And then this is probably probably another retarded scene in this movie. Tara runs away from Art the Clown. She finds a plank of wood, and now she's playing Art the Clown's game. Now she's, playing Michael Mann. She's not fucking around now, bro. She put her Crocs into sport mode and is ready to lock in. So she clocks Art the Clown. She clocks Art in the back of the head with the plank. He floors her and then starts beating. He clocks her in the back. He clocks Art in the back of the head. Starts beating the shit out of her like a fucking punching bag or something. And then he floors her. And then instead of running away or instead of continuing to beat the fuck out of her, beat her to a fucking pulp until he's dead, just a dead noodle on the ground. And she just starts screaming at him, "Get up! I want to fight you. Get up! Let's start our own little fight club, yeah? Sick?" And then Art the Clown just basically inputs a cheat code and whips out a fucking Glock out of his gun and just shoots her in the leg, shoots her in the stomach, and then just shoots her like multiple times in the face. I'm like, bro just doesn't really give a shit about the game, to be honest. He just finds fun in like killing people. I was about to say unalive. The fuck. So then the cat lady, the weird lady from the one that lives in this abandoned place, finds Mike and tells her oh yeah, no, the cat lady saw this happening. The cat lady saw the performance that the clown was put on, Dan, better than any circus I've been to. I will tell you that much. Now the cat literally gives her away like this. And then she finds Mike, who's a pest control dude, and tries to tell her, there's a crazy clown who's been killing people and he's been laughing and all. And Mike is like, get the fuck away from me, pal. You shot up 5 needles of heroin. And then he's like, I'm going to call the Guardy now and they're going to put you in the slammer. And then she's like, yes, call the guards because there's a clown laughing and killing people. And he just pushes her away. Mike kind of goes and calls someone on his phone. After the clown taps her in the face, like, hey buddy, you forgot your dildo. And then he basically bonks her on the head with Bob the Builder's tool. He robbed Bob the Builder, apparently. In the fuck, bro. Give his shit back with a hammer. And the phone's ringing back and he's like, Mike, don't fuck pick up. Here, Mike, I'm here watching the game. Why you wasting my time? So then Art the Clown just kind of like smashes his phone up like a little child. He smashes his phone up like it's a spider or something. He's like, yeah, that'll teach him. He like literally smashes it to bits. So then the cat lady finds Art the Clown in a tunnel, and he's there cradling her doll because he never knew what it was like to play with Barbies when he was older. So he wants to get a first time experience of what it's like playing with a fake child. So then it's kind of funny as well because she's like, give her back to me now. And then Art the Clown's like, shut the fuck up, alright? And then she goes over there and starts like trying to talk to her like a normal person. I'm like, pal, he's anything but normal, alright? He's like Krusty the Clown if he got bonked in the head with a metal rod and snorted some line of cocaine. He's fucked in the head, and he starts saying all this shit to her like, do you have kindness in your heart? Or do you know what a woman's touch is? Have you ever sucked a woman's titties? Do you know what breast milk tastes like? It's actually pretty good. I will rate it. So then she basically starts like touching his face and all like he's a child, and he like goes into her arm and starts sucking on her. Art the Clown starts sucking on his tummy all like, oh man, it takes me back. Being a fucking child, I was popped out of the pussy and that's it. I just became a fucking killing machine for no reason. So then Vicky finally arrives. She arrived up at her destination, the waypoint's been cleared. She gets a reward, a couple XP for going at her destination. She rings down the phone and be like, where you at, bro? I'm not bothered playing hide and seek. Art the Clown's rummaging through a load of shit, and then he finds, oh wait, no, this is actually before he fucking shot Tara. So basically when he shot Tara, he ran out of bullets. He went to get more ammo, and Vicky rings Don's phone, and Don like texts Vicky, Vicky texts Don on the phone, and Art the Clown kind of texts her, be like, Tara's sick, come round back. How the fuck did Tara become sick? Did she get COVID in the last 5 minutes or some shit? And then she finds Vicky finds Art the Clown wearing the cat lady's tits and breasts. I'm like, man skipped the level 1 of the transgender process and just went straight to it. He like fucking sped that up. He skipped the tutorial. He did not need that shit. And Vicky runs away and hides in a metal cabinet. Art the Clown pops up behind her, literally another Freddy Fazbear jump scare, FNAF 1. She might as well be this night security guard at this point. And she tries opening the door, but then he gives up because he's a lazy sack of shit. I also don't know how Vicky got into the cabinet, but then the cabinet was locked again from the outside because there was a padlock on it. But then how the fuck would she got in it? So I'm just going to assume she was holding the cabinet doors shut from the inside. And so then the guy who Mike called also arrives. It's going to be like a meet and greet. It's going to be like a party. The boys are going to have this sesh at a fucking abandoned place with a shitter that barely works. So he's looking for Mike. He finds a doll again. He picks it up. I don't know. This is a bit just unnecessary. He like picks the fucking doll up. And he's like, what the fuck? He's looking at it as like if it's a child with a ball sack for a face or something. I'm like, bro, it's just a doll. And then Art the Clown comes up behind him, stabs him in the brain. He starts having a fucking seizure, like, and then he gets another knife and starts sawing his head off and rips his head off and basically just like kicks it with it, like, yep, shoot, yep, pedaling. Gets 1-0 with the guy's head. He kicks it like a soccer ball. Art the Clown does not take any of this shit seriously. So then Vicky, is walking around. She finds a door. She tries to open it, and then Art the Clown just kind of comes out and like, ring, ring. He's riding around on a tricycle just in circles, going in circles. Bro's just having the crack. Bro's having a fun time, and and then he just raids off. He's like, okay, I'll be back with you, I'm just gonna put this back in my shed, with all my weed back here. So then Vicky's walking down this hallway, and Art the Clown comes up behind her, puts a little shopping bag on her face. She tries to suffocate her. Suffocate the shit out of her, and then she just rips it open, and Art the Clown looks at it like it's a fucking defect. What the fuck, bro? I paid £2 for this shit, bro. I'm gonna get my refund of littles. And she grabs a rusty old knife and shoves it in Art the Clown's foot, gives him tetanus or whatever. And as she runs away, Art the Clown says, "Fuck you! I know I can't hop. I can't do bunny hops now. What is wrong with you? I have a hole in my foot, you dick." So then Mike wakes up. He wakes up from his long slumber nap. But I wonder if bro had some good wet dreams. I hope so. So then Vicky finds Don's corpse. Is just sitting on a chair like this, with the fucking sign circus, and it's like wrapped in lights or some shit because Art the Clown thought she was a fucking Christmas tree or something. Then Art the Clown sneaks attacks her. His sneak is on 100 in this movie, I swear, or the characters just have like no brains. He attacks her with like a makeshift cat o' nine tails, which is basically a whip, 1800s weapon with like a bunch of razor blades and like other blades and shit on it, and she starts hitting the shit. We're beating the fuck out of her with it. And then Mike sneaks up behind Art the Clown. It's a fucking train of sneak attacks here. And then Mike sneaks up behind Art the Clown, clocks him in the head with the canister, and he's like, right, I'm gonna get you out of here. We're gonna ring the guards and we're gonna get out of here. But turns out the guards are as useless as the ones here in Ireland, because the guards are like, alright, what do you need? Alright, is she still breathing? And they just start asking useless questions, and they're like, alright, sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to stay calm. I'm like, bro, just after telling her some maniac dressed up in a clown costume just cut her up and knocked him out, and then just like, right, be calm, because we could not give less fucks about your situation. And they just hang up. Then they just have to wait for the guards to come. And then what's it called? After they rang the police, Art the Clown gets back up. I'm like, this guy is fucking tough, bro. He's like a bag of bricks, nothing can put him down. So then he gets up, he knocks Mike down, he fucking kicks him a few times, then like crushes his head, kind of stomps his fucking face and fucks it up, makes it look like a Trevor Henderson cryptid. And Vicky's there trying to bash a lock open with like some stick or broom or whatever, and Art the Clown's walking after, looking like a fucking menace at this point. Man looks like he came straight out of a fucking blender or some shit. And she breaks the lock over, then Art the Clown grabs her from behind, and I don't know where she pulled this out. She like pulled this over ass, or she's like asked the mask powers, because she stabbed him in the eye with some blade. I'm like, where'd you pull that out of? Like, we seen a shot of a blade on the ground, but she was standing up. There's no way she would have been able to get that while standing up. So then Vicky's running into this place where it says keep out, and then she runs in, and Art the Clown kind of grabs her hair, and she escapes, and Art the Clown grabs a fucking horn and is like, look, it's funny. He's only having a crack with you. We're just having a play day, right? It's a prank. You win $1 million. So then Art the Clown, Vicky's there trying to get out, but the door's locked once again, and she hears the police coming. She goes to the door that she just came through, and Art the Clown just like got driving lessons the past 5 minutes, and just spawning a key out of nowhere. Some she probably just took his shit and dug a key out of his shit, and he turns the truck on and he drives at her like full speed, and she takes a bit to react. I don't know why. She's just looking at him, driving at her, and I would have been like, the second I seen him, like the second I would have heard that start up, I would have immediately ran out the way. But anyways, Art the Clown drives so fast that he hits into her, and she's there barely alive, bleeding on the ground, and Art the Clown gets on top of her, and like, if anyone was seeing this for the first time, think, yo, Art the Clown's about to do some fucking sex ed demonstration here. But no, he starts like munching on her face like it's a fucking kebab or something. He's like, bro, when I have the munchies, I eat fast food or cookies or jelly beans. But Art the Clown, when he has the munchies, he just eats another person. Fair enough. And then the police show up and they're like, yo, get the fuck up. Stop eating her. She's not a fucking 99 ice cream. So then Art the Clown's not really taking him seriously. I'm like, bro, you're about as goofy as me. They're giving him way too many warnings. Be like, show what's in the other hand. Show what's in the other hand. I'm gonna shoot. He takes a while to do it, and they still don't shoot. They're just kind of like standing there, like fucking into anticipation, trying to shoot or be like, it's like they're trying to take a shit or something. And then Art the Clown whips out a fucking Glock out of his leg, turns around literally like this, and then shoots himself through the mouth. And apparently Art the Clown didn't know that he could come back alive. He's just like, alright, game's over. Game over. I'm exiting game, deleting application. So then we cut to this mortuary dude who wants to get a bacon sandwich or some shit. I don't know. They just start talking about bacon sandwiches. I'm like, bro, just likes his bacon. And they bring him two dead bodies. I think one of them is Mike's, whose face got fucking crushed. He got caved in, looks fucked up. And then the other body is Art the Clown. Art the Clown, as soon as he unzips the bag, the lights start flickering and all and shit. And, like, Electro's come to visit as well. He wants to see this show happening. So then Art the Clown sort of just smiling like. And then Art the Clown kind of just grabs the mortuary dude and starts choking him while lying down. Like, bro is a tank. He is strong as fuck. So then he just gets up and, yeah, the movie pretty much ends with Art the Clown choking him out. Also forgot to mention, turns out Vicky is alive. She survived that shit. There's a scene where she's at the hospital. She's sitting down in her wheelchair and she turns around and you can see like her face is all disfigured and all. Not gonna lie, it looks like a cheese pizza. So yeah, that was pretty much me doing Terrifier 1 on Certified Menace, and yeah, see you later.